voices in my head and they be talking to me. I got two angels on my shoulders, they be talking to me. I see the man in the mirror, he looking right at me. Am I him or is he me? I don't know, so don't ask me. I got voices in my head and they
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of AEW Dynamite Block Party here live and direct with the GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, yours truly, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3, pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King 2 Cold, bro. What's good?
Man, what's good, man? Hey, man, we are fresh. I mean, oh man, fresh. Off of all in from this past Saturday, All In Texas. Hey, man, where we crowned a new AEW champion. John Moxley can't even stand being in the same ring with Hangman Page. He just can't stand it, man. Boy, he just seething over it right now. But bro, not a bad night. The arena that they're in, we were just talking about it, man. Hey, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving the smaller arenas because look, with the way that wrestling is going right now, with the way that WWE and AEW is cross promoting and being in all these cities, it's only so many shows a lot of people are going to buy tickets to. So for AEW to be in a smaller arena, I think benefits them so much because they can only charge so much for their tickets, and you know they're going to sell those out. And you guaranteed to get the people to show up, you know what I'm saying, instead of if they just bought tickets for, because normally what the issue would be is, is if people spent money on WWE, there's a good chance they probably weren't going to buy tickets for AEW if AEW was coming in town. So now you got a little bit more of a flexibility with these smaller arenas that AEW are in. They're like, okay, we understand you going to go to that WWE, but we want you to still come to us too. So if we'll give you a little bit of a discount, but we gonna make the money on the back end, because if you sell out and you buy the merch and you do this and you do that, we'll be good. It's working wonders for them. It's working wonders, and people can talk shit. And I know you want to get to that, and people can talk shit, but it's working for them. They're selling them out.
Well, it's funny. It's funny you said that, because after SmackDown coming to Cleveland next week, AEW a week later, 2 weeks later, will be here in Cleveland as well.
Where the Wolves. What up, big boy?
What up? But no, so I was thinking. So this is what I was thinking, because it's funny. You and the wife, y'all said it, and I was thinking the same thing, dude. I like how WWE, we understand it's a big production, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like unless they go to somewhere like an Intuit Dome or just somewhere super duper crazy, every single week, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT is a little different because we understand what that is. But when they travel,
they're in a smaller arena though. But they're in a smaller arena that always fills up and sells out.
But this is where I'm going with it. Like SmackDown and Raw, they look the same every single week. Like if you didn't know they traveled from state to state to state to state, you would legitimately think they were in the same building every single time. That's just the way they set it up. It looks the same. With AEW, even though they're going to these smaller venues, even your wife said it, this venue is so aesthetically pleasing on camera. Like, bro, this is like some medieval fucking Roman gladiator shit. Like, it looks beautiful. And it looks a lot different than the venue the week before, which looked a lot different than the venue from the week before that, which looked a lot different. Like, every single week. Now it gets to the point now where I'm watching AEW for the wrestling, but part of me is also watching AEW to see, like, damn, all right, like, what this venue set up.
Where they at?
Because different venue setups, they got different trons and different screens. What's the one thing that people have been getting on WWE about the last few years, outside of their overseas shows? WWE's got lazy with the sets. When you think about the best years of WWE, it was back when SmackDown and Raw, SmackDown had the fist, Raw had the
interest with the fist that came out the SmackDown with the SmackDown fist. Hey, that's the best interest to me. That hand down is best interest.
Then Raw, when they had the little lightning bolts on the side back in the TNN days and stuff like that. And then when you had with
the Raw's roar sign, Raw is war on the side of it. Yeah. Yeah.
or back in the day with Backlash when they had the big blades swinging back and forth with the entrance. Like I mean, just even the pay-per-views felt like the setup was different. Now all we get is a fucking big ass jumbotron, and they just change the fucking logo on the screen. There's no real thought and effort put into these sets. So when I see AEW week to week to week to week to week, I'm looking forward to it. It's like back in the day when you used to watch Rey Mysterio, bro, and it's like, all right, man, what mask he wearing today? Like he still do the same thing now, but back in the day when he was a little younger, it was a little different because like Ray, if he's in a certain city or state, he tried to color coordinate. Now Ray just kind of come out and do what he do. But yeah, dude, people bitch complaining about it, and I don't understand it because they was complaining when AEW was trying to do these 8, 9, 10, 12, 13,000 seat venues. It can only put in 3 or 4,000. Now people bitching complaining, that they wrestling in bingo halls. It's like, but bro, y'all was making fun of them for not having nobody on the hard cam side. Like, I'd rather have it. You and I, we talked about this. You and I said this. Going back to TNA, bro, we've been to TNA tables with less than 1,000 people. Bro, they was loud as shit, and it made the environment fun to be at. We've been to WWE shows and an AEW show where there were thousands of people, and you could hear a fucking pin drop. So I don't necessarily think it's the amount of people. I think it's the setup and it's the noise that's
In the
generated.
event, what is this a regular event? Is this a special
Yeah.
pay-per-view? Like, of course, obviously, you're gonna get different. You're gonna get different crowds, folks, where depending on what's going on. But
Mhm.
you also got to take an accountability again, man. Like, dude, how many times do you come to that city? Like when we say Chicago, it's like, goddamn, what did we get on AEW about? Hey, man,
Yep.
stay out of Chicago for a while. Y'all done been in Chicago like 4 times within 3 months. Like, damn. And each time you saw them go to Chicago, you saw the crowd get smaller and smaller. Because it's like,
Mhm.
damn, come on, man. People
Yeah.
love wrestling, but goddamn it, one city don't love wrestling that goddamn much.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like shit. But and the big boy said it worked for WCW and ECW during their days, and it did until WCW was able to get the people that they needed and to be that thing where they could sell out the Georgia Dome 50,000 plus Hulk Hogan versus Goldberg. So you could do stuff like that. So it took them a minute to get there, and it'll take AEW a minute to get there, but they've decided to be strategic in their way of getting there instead of being stubborn and still constantly trying to do it where you would constantly complain and get on them about, look at that, they got this 10,000 and only 6,000 people showed up. Now they're gonna be in a place where they can hold that 6,000. Hell, it might be 7,000 with standing room only. So bam, they didn't got a nice $5 to $7,000 place sold out. All right, because you can look at WWE shows. First and foremost, a lot of these arenas, to sell out an arena, okay, you sell out the actual numbers of the seats, not the seats you only want to placate to the fans. We understand you got the board, so that cuts off a certain point, but you still got the rest of the seats on the hard cam side that you don't always show, that don't always sell out. So you don't sell out all the time, but they
And people
make
got
it
to
look like
understand too what the definition of a sellout is. Just because a venue can hold 30,000 and that doesn't mean you sold it out. Okay, if you only have 10,000 tickets made available and you sell out those 10,000 tickets, that's a sellout. But if you got 20,000 seats and the arena still unoccupied, so it's like that term could be very misleading too. Because WWE can be like, oh yeah, we sold out. Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that every single seat was filled.
you
It may
sold
mean
out
that
what you sold. That's what
exactly.
you sold out how much you sold.
And bro, come on,
And
we know
AEW
about
does it too. I'm not gonna say AEW doesn't do it. I'm not gonna say that all companies don't do
everybody.
it. But the one that makes the biggest noise about it does not always sell out. You only sell out what you actually sell. And if you had 15,000, but guess what? You only sold 12. Well, you didn't sell out. You didn't sell the 15,000. You only sold 12. You sold close to it, sure. You can't deny that, but you didn't sell out 15,000. So it's not a continuous sellout. But you have that though, man. It's okay. Damn, you still got people showing up. Shit.
But bro, speaking of Dynamite, bro, tonight was a pretty solid night. Hey, Ma, what's going on?
Well, mama. Well, Sonny.
Tony fucking Storm. Let's talk about it because now we had Tony Storm. She came out. She softly teased that her and Mercedes Moné, or she called it Mercedes Money, will be inevitably running it back in the future, which we already knew.
Of course.
But to kind of hear her put that out there, it's like, okay, now you can't turn back. It's already out there in the ether. It's out there. It's put out there. We gonna circle back on that. But in the meantime, we got Athena, the ROH Forever Champion, and she got that beautiful contract. And she said, you know what? Heh, baby, hey, ball in my court. And I'm looking forward to becoming an AEW Forever Champion. And with that being said, bro, we can't sleep on Athena because just like we had Mercedes Moné, who's a champion, going up against Toni Storm, who's a champion, Athena also is currently a champion with a chance to challenge Toni Storm for her championship as well, bro. I know there's a lot of different ways we can go. We could go Toni Storm versus Mercedes, and Mercedes beat Tony for the title, or a lot of people were thinking like, hey, they want to see Mercedes versus Athena running back for the title. But I'm gonna throw another monkey wrench out there. How would you feel? And I don't know how we get there. I don't know how we get there, but we have a triple threat, since that seems to be the hot topic these days in wrestling. A triple threat. Just fuck it. Just throw them out there. Mercedes, Toni Storm, Athena. But here's the catch. All the titles on the line. So Mercedes.
No.
No?
No.
Ooh, you don't. Okay. Talk to me.
No. One, I don't need all the titles on the line. 2, I don't need a triple threat either. 3, I want to see Athena and Tony 1-on-1.
Okay.
I want Athena. We saw Mercedes and Tony go 1-on-1. We already said what it was. We didn't gave it its flowers. It is what it is. I want Athena to have her 1-on-1. I don't want her to be like, you can do the triple threat maybe afterwards. Like, that's fine afterwards. But I want Athena to get her 1-on-1. And for Mercedes, because she does have all these other titles, but the one title she does have, she has a TBS championship. And therefore, I need her to challenge a new person. I also need to see the downfall of Mercedes Moné.
Yeah.
Like, I think she's going to still win a little bit here and there. But, unless you're going to run I'm not going to lie. Part of me wanted Athena and Mercedes part 2. Because I want Athena to get her come up prior to her facing Tony. But they're obviously going her and Tony. And I'm assuming if it's not All In, it may be Forbidden Door. I'm sorry, All Out. That's coming up. It's going to be Forbidden Door. But I kind of, and this is what I just want. But what I wanted was for them to run it back, them two again. Then I ain't gonna lie. At this point, maybe Athena could win the TBS championship. It's cool that she's the ROH champion. She's been ROH champion forever. You can keep or lose that title, whatever. But then the thing is, I want that, but then now that that's not happening, I'm okay with her going after Toni Storm. I'm actually okay with her beating Toni Storm. And she could be the ROH champion, and she could be the ROH champion and the AEW Women's Champion. She could be both champions. That's fine. That's the only thing. She don't need to be TBS, and she'll need to have all 3 of them. So that's why I don't care for all the titles at one time. And as far as the triple threat, sure, give it to me after I get Athena versus Tony. Because I want to see this Athena versus this Tony at this level where they're at. And they're both at a high level. And I want that 1-on-1. I want that. Give me that. Give me that 1-on-1 right now.
Hey, look, you took the words right out of my mouth, man. Look, I'm excited because right now, dude, AEW Women's Division is thriving, bro. It's thriving.
It's thriving. Don't get me wrong. It's not better. It's not better than WWE's. We're not saying it is, because WWE's is on a different. They're thriving on a different level. They're thriving on a whole different level. But AEW, for its women's division, from where it started to where it is at now, they are thriving on a whole nother level. So let's be fair about that, because people like to take shit. But
well, it's funny you said that, because Jordan Grace, she had she said that she's always been used to being the big dog, right? Like the most popular, female wrestler wherever she's at, the most dominant wrestler wherever she's at, the biggest name wherever she's at. And she's
Right.
even said, like in NXT, it's been kind of, it's been a little harder for her to kind of stand out and amongst the talent because there's just so much of it. And that's not a discredit to Jordan, but we talked about this same thing with Britt Baker and AEW. For the longest time, Britt Baker. Now we never said that Britt was the greatest wrestler of all time, but Britt Baker for the longest was like the biggest face, the biggest name by far in AEW, and that's how I felt like with Jordan Grace in TNA. In TNA, the Knockouts division for over 20 years has been said to been longevity wise, the best women's wrestling division. I don't know. Because now you look at WWE and hell, even NXT, bruh. Hey, NXT alone giving these companies a run for their money. So now, how much do you think that factors into it as well? Because, hey, you could be a big name somewhere and you could really be a great talent, but there's always somebody bigger, better, faster, stronger.
That's true. Okay, I'm not going to say it's true, but it's also politics.
Mm-hmm.
For Jordan Grace, and you used her, so I'll base it all what I'm about to say off that.
Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit. As far as her going to NXT, being in a small pond. No, you're not. Because if that's the case, then you're not telling me Stephanie Valkyria was just that much more popular than Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace is more known than Stephanie Valkyria. Now, when Valkyria got there, she got pushed to a higher plateau. Jordan Grace was a champion in a whole nother company you decided to partner with.
Yeah.
Y'all made her look weak.
Yeah.
Y'all made her look weak. Y'all made her. That's not, y'all didn't bring her in the same way y'all brought Stephanie and Julia in. Like you pushed them. They were both NXT Women's Champion within 2 to 3 months.
I will give you that.
It's not.
Give you that.
You can't tell me Jordan Grace ain't popular enough or wasn't known enough or wasn't. Nah, man. Yeah, she was that when she showed up. Shocked the whole world when she showed up at the Royal Rumble. Everybody was excited to see her. Nah, man. I don't buy that. Now, if this was the main roster, that's different. That's different. I'm not gonna argue the main roster. The main roster. But NXT, nah, that's bullshit. They didn't push her that way. You were trying to court her there, but y'all brought her in, and yet I don't care if it was with her just being with TNA and then signing with WWE. She's been on NXT TV a lot longer than those other two, and they got pushed way better than she did.
Yeah.
And y'all, and I don't want it. Nah, not at all.
It's crazy you said it because I guess I never with her. Now that you mentioned it, I'm thinking about it now, but I never looked at it from a politics standpoint. But it is funny because they were pushing the dog shit. Think about this. She got more of a push when she was a TNA champion than she is as an actual member of WWE. And it's crazy because I remember, whenever they bring her in, it was Jordan Grace this, TNA Knockout Champion, Jordan Grace this. And even though she's in the fold, I just feel like they made it more of a bigger deal before the official announcement of the partnership. And it's like once they got her, it's like, yeah, we got you now. We just gonna kind of just use you how we need you until we figure out something to do with you. So you know what? I will say that. I will give you that. I'll give you that because I never really looked at it from like a politicking standpoint. But now that
because you gotta think about it in WWE, man, there's politicking on your look, your everything, and what they're gonna push. And you're not gonna tell me Jordan Grace was not on the same level as them.
Yeah.
You're not gonna tell me that they were that much above her. They weren't. Like it took a minute. You superseded them. Now, Stephanie was, of course, known through the independents, but also, what helped that? It also helped the fact that she was wrestling Mercedes Moné for AEW, and people know her through New Japan and Mexico and all that other stuff. So she's well known on the independent scene, and she's someone that WWE's been actively after. Cool, I get that, but Jordan Grace was breaking all types of women's records and shit for women's wrestling and what she was doing in TNA. And everybody know who Big Mommy Pump was. And it's like, nah, man, she nah. I just can't buy that. With her having more FaceTime in NXT, she wasn't on the same level as them. I didn't buy that. I'm saying straight politics, man, because you got to look at that, man. Nah, man, nah. Even now, like she should have won. Like, yeah, I understand you wanted to make the storyline. You could have made that storyline after she won. Oh, girl could have helped her celebrate and
Now
then knocked her out
I
after it.
do I do feel like that whole Mariah May turn at Evolution, I do feel like that was way too quick because again, you made Jordan look like a fucking fool, bro. Like y'all didn't even give that whole situation really time to really evolve. It was just like, oh, you know what? Mariah May not getting a reaction we want from the fans already. We kind of made a big deal about it. Yeah, we're not about to have another Jay Cargill situation. All right, character change. And then it's like, all right, bam. So I
It
do feel
could
like
be.
Jordan did get the short end of the stick on that one for
Yeah,
sure.
and it did. Sonny says he feels Megan Bain auditioning for WWE. And she could be. And guess what? Do that. An audition for WWE, man. Look, ain't nobody tripping. Go. Go. That's the thing, man. Like, see, and I guess for us, for me, it's not a big thing for me to see wrestlers go to different companies because,
No,
again, and I'm gonna say these names, and when they did it, man, it wasn't an issue. It was a huge thing, regardless to which company they left to go to. When you saw Scott Hall and you saw Kevin Nash, and they were Diesel and Razor Ramon and WWE, and then all of a sudden they're showing up on WCW and they're Scott Hall and they're Kevin Nash and they're walking down and they're fucking with people. Nobody made a complaint. Nobody talked shit about them being rejects. Nobody talked about them not being able to cut it. Nobody talked about Jericho when Jericho left WCW to go to WWE. Nobody talked about the Radicals and all them when they left WCW. Nobody talked about Bret Hart when he went to WCW, other than what the storylines and everything was in WCW. That was a whole different thing at that point. But it wasn't just about them switching companies.
yeah.
Dude, people switch companies all the time.
You
All the time.
you know what I hate about and this is why I hate tribalism so much in pro wrestling. It's like this. If you're working at a job, right, and you feel like that job there's no growth, right? You feel like you're being undervalued, underpaid, underutilized, and there's another job out there with like, hey, you know what? You meet our qualifications. We like to talk to you. We like to bring you in for an interview. And you go ahead and you ace that interview. And then you know what? You decide, hey, look, you go tell your old job, your current employer, hey, look, you know, I really value my time here. I really want to try to stick this out. But hey, to be honest with you, I kind of had this conversation here. I would love to stay, but this is what they're offering me. Can you match that? Can we? And they say no. Okay, then guess what? You did all you can do. Who the fuck are we to tell somebody that they got to stay with a goddamn company for us when it's them that's getting the fucking paychecks and got to live their life? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like that's why I never
right.
understood when people got mad at like pro athletes. Like, dude, teams trade motherfuckers in they sleep. Shaq said when he first got traded, he was fucking asleep. Half these motherfuckers now find out on goddamn Twitter the same time we do. but you want to get mad at somebody because they want to exercise their player option as if y'all motherfuckers didn't know before the season started that this motherfucker was a 1-1. Like, come on, now y'all like it's crazy. But guess what? If somebody leaves WWE to go to AEW, what we say it's a revolving door. The same shit's going to happen. Somebody's going to go to TNA. Somebody's going to come from TNA and go. That's what it is. You can't complain about wrestling being stale and they get mad because they want to shake some shit up. Hey, look, you want to audition for WWE? You should. Didn't we just say this a couple days ago? Bro, you can talk as much shit as you want to, bro. Everybody, if given the opportunity, if you are a true fan of wrestling, I don't give a damn if you fucking playing Eugene. If WWE give you the call, you gonna go. Now you might not go back after that first stint. You might say, "I ain't been there, done that," but you gonna see what they talk about. Come
Hell
on,
yeah. Hell yeah, you gonna go.
and put me
Hell
in the
yeah.
video game. I don't give a fuck if you got me at a 59 rating.
Oh yeah, let me get that little money. Let me get that money. Let me get that. What the boy say? Gotta follow the money. Let me get that money. Let me get that. Bro,
Hey,
man, ain't nobody on that shit, man. Ain't
what
nobody on
Crime
that.
Time say? Money, money.
Money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And that
I
catering,
know.
we see what that catering look like. We talk, we joke,
Boy,
we laugh, but boy, they eat good.
hey, that catering nice though, for real. They
They
eating good in catering. That's the thing. See, that's the thing. We say, hey, we ain't talking about catering like catering and shit. We just saying they just in the back eating good instead of being out doing what they need to do. That's all. That's when we say we ain't cater. They eating
Hey,
scrumptious back in that
they
mother.
they 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 they, they out here eating 5-star meals and shit for 3 months straight,
Boy,
not getting no rain time, and
boy,
then let them go talk about you got fat.
they got signed to a company. They got signed to a company to sit and cater.
Bro,
Man,
and get a paycheck.
man,
We talk and I say we, I mean fans talk so much shit about motherfuckers that ain't doing shit on TV, bro. You got motherfuckers that be sitting at home for 6, 7, 8 months because creative differences, still getting paid, bro. We sit at home for 6, 7, 8 months, bro. We probably divorced, our kids gone. Like,
like left us, man, husband left. Well, shit.
yeah.
Somebody went to go get some milk and cigarettes and came back yet. It's crazy out here in this world. It's crazy out here, man.
Hey,
For real.
they didn't already came and got the kid. They can't come get the Ford too.
Yeah, nah, man. Man. They dipped. They gone, bro. They dipped out, man. They ain't came back yet, man. They 3 streets down with a whole new family. That's it. It's a wrap. But that's how that shit rolls, man.
My boy got specific as fuck. He said they 3 streets down and around the corner. They right there all hating. Say where you at? I went to Silver Mist. That don't exist no more. talk about I went to go get some milk from Tops.
Oh, shit. Tops. What? What? Oh, finest. Finest. Where the hell is the finest at? Where the hell have you seen? Have you seen the finest? What is this? Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh man. Yeah, goddamn.
oh shit.
Oh shit. Jesus said it best. It's a crazy world. Yes, it is, man. It's a crazy world. Yes, it is, man. It is a crazy world, man. But hey, do what you do, man. But back to the wrestling though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because we can always be on the shenanigans.
Yeah.
No, tonight though, again, I started off saying, telling you, hey, give me Swerve versus Okada. If this is the next thing going forward, this is the next thing we move into, and we finna, hell yeah, give me the I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Okada Swerve, and it ain't got to be, and you're not doing anything crazy. Oh man, you did what you did to my boys. You bitch. Oh, that's it. That was it. That's the story. All right, man. Hey man, you beefing with my boys. You cost my boys. You know what I'm saying? You and your partner, y'all beat my boys. They ain't the EVPs no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got beef with you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's all. Hey, I don't need nothing complex. What I need, what I got Okada and Swerve, bro. Thank you. that's the story. All right, bet, cool. All right, they about to run it back and forth for a minute.
But it's a story because every story ain't got to be all intricate. Every story ain't got to be all extreme. No, like you say, bro. Sometimes less is more. Hey, I don't like you. You don't like me. Hey, bro, real quick, let's go handle this, and then whatever happened. Let's go. That's it.
All right.
That's
And
it.
like you just won this new championship, so obviously you need a qualified competitor. And who's a more qualified competitor than a Swerve Strickland? All right,
And let's
bet.
talk about. And can we talk about Swerve for a second, bro? Because the topic for a while, and I think will always be a topic. Let's just be honest with black and brown talent. It's just anybody, right? But specifically us, dude. I want to say this because I know
Yes,
it's
big boy,
been.
he will.
I know it was also a topic, a heavily focused topic on why Leo Rush and people like Big Swole and others left AEW a little earlier on because they felt like AEW really didn't put an emphasis on the black talent.
Mm-hmm.
And we've said that too, but just at
Mm-hmm.
that time, it's been with everybody, so we ain't singling out AEW. But I want to say
Mm-hmm.
this: I love how TK didn't just push Swerve long enough for him to chase the world title and then lose the world title and then push him back to obscurity. Dude, with or without the title, Swerve Strickland has been a mainstay, a main focus, a main player in AEW. We talk about the pillars. He wasn't there at the very beginning, but if I got to talk about the pillars now, Swerve Strickland is one of them motherfuckers holding that goddamn building, that place up. You know, I like how he's getting pushed on the same level as a Mox. I like how he's getting pushed on the same level as a Hangman. I like how he's getting pushed on the same level as a Will Ospreay, the same level as a Young Buck. Like, he doesn't feel like a
He's a
here
part
down.
of the conversation.
Yeah, he doesn't feel like a here
He's a
down.
part of the conversation.
And he's been going out. And on the flip side, I gave TK his credit. I got to also give Swerve his credit. Because guess what? It's one thing to have the opportunity. It's another thing to go out there and cash in on that motherfucker. And he's been cashing in every single trip. Everything from the gear to the entrances, with Nana, without Nana. Like, bruh, hey, Swerve been doing this damn thing. And I know he's been your guy since NXT. I will say this till I'm blue in the face. It took me a minute to understand Swerve. It took me a minute. But goddamn, I'm glad I'm a fan. Bro, how you feel? Because I know that's been your dog. You've been telling me since day one.
I'm good. I'm good with where Swerve is at right now, man. Because again, one, you're hearing the crowd cheer for him. Like even before Hangman could even get to Swerve, thank you. You knew where it was going with the fans. And whose house? Yeah, you know, yeah, you did. Yeah, we know who that last person is. You got to think. Yeah, we all know whose house. Swerve. I love that. That's the thing that you have allowed this guy, one, to show that he can do it.
Yeah.
That's the main important thing there. It's not just about putting a guy out there because he's black. No, bro, you got to do your part. You got to go out there and you got to show, hey, you got to show these people why you're good at what you claim you can do. Yeah. And once you do that, then cool. Everything else will follow. He did that. And the fact that TK would find some way, somehow, to keep him interested. And not only that, but the understanding that a lot of these guys have. All of these guys are megastars, but let's be real. They all know, man, if everybody's trying to win, where does the comeback come from? Where does the obstacle come from? Where's the difficulty? Some people got to win, some people got to lose. And when somebody's on hot, hey, you hot. Hey, we gonna ride that hot until somebody else comes up. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it was in TNA. That's what made TNA so good, because you had people that were willing to come in. Yeah, you had name in, and these are names they needed to be to help push the company, but they also helped bring the guys up that were the future of that company that we know we wouldn't have seen nowhere else, the AJ Styles and the others, that we had to see that. So now we're seeing that in AEW, man. You're seeing guys like Will Ospreay. Hell yeah, he's one of the hottest free agents. And people have been shitting on Tony Khan, saying you're not pushing him to be a megastar. He should be world champion right now. But that's not where Ospreay mindset is at. He's not at that mindset. I need to be at the company. I want to build the company. I want to help push these other guys. I know who that guy is. I know who that guy is. I know who that girl is. I know who she is. I know who all these people are, and I know how good they are. And if we can build all of us up, bro, we all gonna win. And that's the mindset that a lot of these wrestlers in AEW are having. So we've seen Swerve win, we've seen Swerve lose, we've seen other guys. Hey, Moxley dominated for a whole year. Yeah, Moxley took an L. And guess what? And Moxley's gonna take more L's now. And that's okay. It's okay, man. Everybody's gonna lose sometimes, but when it's your time to win, it's your time to win. And you gotta let some things ride. Earl, I gotta get to Earl real quick, man, because Earl actually, to be honest, Earl, we talked about that at the beginning of the podcast, man. And we kind of explained all of that, but I'm gonna get back to it in a second. Clive, what it do? Shout out to you. MJF is the best in the mic too. Yeah, he's most definitely one of the best on the mic. Sonny says Prince Nana versus Don Callis on mic could be a good humor. Ooh. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. That could be. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Nana and Don Callis, that could be nice. Undertaker will be on NXT next week because of what was said. Yeah, I know. Whatever. I'm not looking. It doesn't hold anything for me. For him to be on NXT. He's not. He's gonna do a choke slam and he'll do his signature move. And all right, thank you, Undertaker. Cool. Right. AJ versus NXT Trick Williams next pay-per-view, maybe next month. That could happen. That could very well happen. We'll see. We'll see what happens after SummerSlam with Don. But Earl, so real quick before we get back to the show, if you don't mind, my good friend. What up, GOW? I don't know. Oh, you got it? Okay,
Yeah,
bet. I got you. I got you. So, Earl, man, for me, Earl, you have to remember for AEW, one of the biggest issues for them was trying to fulfill the 15,000 arenas, the WWE arenas. Remember, we were watching these episodes and they weren't filling them up. And we're like, man, this doesn't look good for them. They need smaller venues. Well, this is the smaller venue. Yeah, I can get what you're saying. It doesn't, it looks like an amateur production, but it's what's working for them right now. They're not on WWE's level as far as the people just gonna buy the tickets to show up to the show.
Can I say something about that though? Can I say something about that? What you said about
No,
the
go ahead.
amateur?
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, because I want you to finish, but I want to add to that because I know you're gonna add to this.
No, do you?
So about the amateur production, that's the one thing that we liked about NXT back in the black and gold days. Because what is the one complaint
Even
that
to
people
now, even now, I like NXT's look because it still looks as authentic as it did before.
And what's the thing that we've always that a lot of people complain about WWE? Dude, it's sometimes even Eric Bischoff, he's been on the show. He's even said the same thing. Bro, sometimes WWE looks too polished. It looks too perfect. It looks too overproduced. And that's when we think about the days like the Attitude Era and the late 90s, the early to mid, late 90s, early mid 2000s and shit like that. Hell, even the late 80s, when WWE, wrestling in general, WCW, where it was just like that dark vibe, and it felt gritty, it felt underground, it felt grunge, it felt like very just like what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't as mainstream. It was like a subculture, right? And that's what we loved about it because it's like,
It was
yo,
intimacy. It was the intimacy of it all.
yeah. It was like, hey, if you got to be in to really understand and know what the fuck going on. You feel me? It's like discovering a musician or a band that ain't made it to the big time yet. But these motherfuckers got hits. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't got the whole production of a Leonard Skinner or Ozzy Osbourne and the Eagles and all them and shit. But that don't mean that they not just as good. But you know what I'm saying? You respect the hustle a little different. You seeing it come up. That's how I feel about AEW. Because here's the thing. We can't sit up here and say, oh, well, AEW not competition to WWE, but then sit up here and say, oh, well, their production looks trash. They're not competition. They're an alternative. It's like the NFL and it's like the NFL and the XFL. Bro, if you like football, just for the fuck of football, you're gonna watch all the shit. Now, ain't nobody expecting goddamn Tom Brady to come out the damn Canadian Football League, but he might. But that ain't what you watching it for. You watching it for the diversity of it all. Like AEW, we said this. People was turning that shit off because motherfuckers can feel both sides of the stage. I understand it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but we can't complain and say Tony not trying. It's like, okay, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same shit over and over and over, expecting a different result. TK tried the bigger venues. He tried all the flashy production shit and all the beautiful bright colors looking like NXT 2.0 and shit. It didn't work. So you know what he did? Less is more. Give me a screen, give me a cool backdrop, give me 25 seats, and we good to go.
Give me dirty and grungy. I also look at it like this. I understand Earl's point of it, but also think of it like this, man. Think about what ECW looked like. Think about the Barberstein room. What was it?
Oh, the Hammerstein Ballroom.
The Hammerstein Ballroom. Think of it like that. Like these places that AEW are going to are places like that. And that had its look, that had its aesthetic. And each going to these little places, it does something, man, where it's filling up, it's selling out. I can, but to me, I like it, man, because it looks cringy. It doesn't look polished. I'm okay with not polished. AEW has never been polished. They've never looked pretty. They tried to look pretty, but pretty didn't look good on them. And it's almost how you have some people who like the new Superman look. They like the brightness and everything about it. They like because it feels comic booky. But then you got those people who like what Snyder and them did with the DC because it showed a different light. It put it in a different context. It showed you a little more gritty, a little more real, a little bit, as much as possible in these comic books. But at the same time, you got a different look at it. for AEW, this is best for them because doing the arenas, they're not getting all of the people.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to get all the people for a regular show. Now, if it's a pay-per-view, we see if it's a pay-per-view, we don't have this problem. It's not an issue when they do their pay-per-views. It's just the everyday TV shows. And also, I think part of that issue for why they had to go to smaller venues is because they run the same market. They don't really go to too many outside places, but also WWE has a lockdown on a lot of places. So they have to go where they can go. But honestly, I like it. I like that grungier look. I like that more. It does look amateurish, but at the same time, when you got the energy of the people, that just makes the energy of the people just makes it worthwhile, man. And then the wrestlers, they're into it. They don't mind. They understand the game. It is what it is. This is what we're doing to make it work. But as long as we keep doing what we're doing, hey, we all right. Big Boy said definitely had a feel of the venue. That's where I thought AEW was at tonight, Hammerstein Ballroom. It did kind of look like it, but they weren't there. Clyde says WWE did a match over and over, like example John Cena, Randy. They always do it matches over. But then Earl said something about he had asked the other night if got lost in shuffle, how long before TK gives us an all women pay-per-view. It's gonna be a while. Because it's gonna be a while. I wouldn't hold your breath to when you're gonna get one of those. Now he could do a pay-per-view where he have a lot more women on it. He can do that.
Yeah.
He can do something like that where it's just like the women start the show main event, but you might get like one or two guys on the show. But I don't think he's got enough titles, he got enough women. He could kind of do it, but I don't know if it would just get the same. I don't know if it would be a pay-per-view. I think it would be better as a TV show.
And you know what's crazy?
I think it would be better as a TV show.
And that's the thing. It don't even need to be a pay-per-view because you know how you do like the Fight for the Fallen, where it's like maybe twice a year or something like that.
You could do something like that and just make it to all ladies. You can have you can introduce new championships. You can bring the women's tag team titles if that's what you want to do. Because I think of women to have a tag team division, but you've got the AEW Women's Championship, and then you got the Ring of Honor Women's Championship, and then it's like, why not add but you still got so many people to have good matches.
You know what's crazy? You know what I'm thinking about? Because you know how you like to stack shows on top of each other. You can kill two birds with one stone. He like to do like collisions and dynamites, sometimes stacked together depending on what's going on that week. You could do Dynamite 8 to 10, and then that 10 to 11, bam, nothing but ladies. There you go. There you go.
No. You give the ladies more than that. You ain't giving the ladies 1 hour, and you're not giving them the hour. You're not giving them the hour when everybody's gonna stop watching wrestling. Nah, you're gonna give them 8 to 10.
So I'm about to say, give that 2 hours.
Show is just the ladies.
Do that.
No. We can't. We cannot just give them the hour when everybody's gonna. Because 10 o'clock, everybody's okay. When they watch it, we done. If it ain't on the money, y'all gonna get prime time spot, baby. We got wait because they gonna get killed online for that. They gonna get killed online for that. You put them on at 8 o'clock. You had to put them on at 10 o'clock. Let's not even do that. Aladdin, what it do? Let's not even do that.
I didn't even think about it like that. Yeah, you're right.
Come on now. You know them keyboard warriors are ready to go. They are ready to fucking go.
They're looking at their watch like, it's
we ready. We ready. I can't wait to hit the send button. So the ladies get the 8 o'clock slot, commercial free. Matter of fact, you do 2 commercial free spots. You do it at the beginning and you do it at the main event. The first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes. Man, you give a good title match in the beginning, you give a great title match at the end. And what you do in the middle is make your magic how you need to make your magic.
Yeah.
Give them a TV show. Give them an all-night, ladies' night TV show. It's free. You ain't making people pay $60 for something they don't feel like is worth the money. That's the only reason with it. See, with WWE, they can get away with it because you're on Peacock. Peacock don't cost what we know an AEW pay-per-view costs. So therefore, TK, you want to satisfy the people, You put it on TV. You give the ladies their. You give the hell. If you want to give them an extra half an hour, make it 2.5 hours. It's not like the network ain't gonna say no to it. They go, yeah, especially if it's not during basketball or hockey season, they ain't gonna say shit to it. Yeah, go ahead, do your thing. The ladies for 2.5 hours, why not? Do that. But you give them no. That's what you do. You give them that, and then you cut it with the 2 half-hour commercials, commercial free.
I like that. I'm rocking with it.
Sonny says picture in picture gets him out the match. It does, and it doesn't. It lets you still see some of the action.
Yeah.
Just to kind of, because sometimes you be wondering like, what the hell happened? Why it was on commercial? Well, I just saw what happened. But they still got to pay the bills. They still got advertisements. They still got to do that, man. All the companies got to do that. That's why the picture in picture is so. Some people get out of it. I don't get out of it because again, I can still see what happens. So it's like, oh shit, I saw that. Okay, good. Let's get back to this commercial break because now it's about to get interesting. Like I don't have a problem with that, man. That's one thing. If anything, that's one thing people actually have complained about is like, man, missing the action during the commercials. Because sometimes them commercials be on for a minute. It's like, damn, what the hell that happened? And you come back, somebody then bloody, laid out, table broken. Man, it's like, what the hell that happened? And then you got to sit there and watch the replay of what happened. It's like, damn, how come I didn't see? How come y'all didn't put that on TV? How come none of this? So it has its benefit, but it has its annoying. Big Boy said that would actually work, and it really would work for them if they just did it like that. Just make it a TV special, all ladies. You're doing everyone a bigger favor doing it that way, yourself and them.
Hey, we're gonna put out there the GOW in favor of all ladies wrestling for AEW. Let's go. Give it to
on
them.
TV. Put it on TV. Don't make it a pay-per-view. Don't make it a pay-per-view. Put it on TV.
So everybody can watch it. No excuses.
Make a week out of it. You got Collision. Guess what? Saturday night. Bam. We right back to it again. Bam. There you go. You do it for Wednesday, and then you can finish it up and do some other shit on Saturday night.
The AEW.
It's Ladies Week. It's Ladies Week.
There we go. There, I like that. Giving their own. No, because you know how they did the shit for like Shark Week, and then they did the shit for like the Heroes.
It's Ladies Week.
Hey, give them their own intro package. Like give them their own video package.
So in March they need a week where it's just all of them. All right, bet. All right, see.
TK. Hey, I'm gonna clip this. Hey, we sending that shit to TK.
There you go, man. For the month of March for international, but you know who's gonna come up with. You know who's gonna hear this. You know who's gonna hear this. You know who's gonna hear this. They go. And guess what? Guess what they gonna do? Hey, guess what? International week. We got WWE week.
Hey.
It's coming. You know it's coming.
You want to know what's funny? So I'm gonna peel back the curtain a little bit without completely ruining any future relationships. But I just think it's kind of funny for a channel with about 6,500 YouTube subscribers. I find it funny how a lot of shit that we say on some real like important wrestling shit, a certain company, some way, somehow, some fucking how.
Boy, be coming up with some shit. Hey man,
I'm not gonna say no names, but there's a certain Hall of Famer. You remember we had an interview with a certain Hall of Famer, and then like a week later, that same question was asked to said Hall of Famer by the other Hall of Famer. I'm like, bruh, this motherfucker ain't been interviewed in 10 years, and y'all still in questions for little old us.
Right, little old us, damn man. We trying to get to where you at. Oh goddamn, I guess but that's how the game goes. That's how the game is played, though, man. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, yeah, we can make that happen. You had a superstar on your show. Hey, you do.
Hey, that motherfucker said, "Fuck the jail."
Hey, it's all right. All right, we all know it's all good. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Hey, what they say? It's all fair in love and war. So
it is, man. It sure is, man. So it's all good. Hey, we ain't stopping. It ain't stopping. It ain't stopping. What 30-something interviews later? It ain't stopping. So we ain't tripping. It is what it is, baby. Big Clyde. Oh no, he said that's right. Oh, actually, already. Clyde said WWE layoff R-Truth and Triple H had to hire him back ASAP. Well, when he did that, that that was for a whole nother reason too.
Yeah.
Try to book Tony. Nah. We ain't gonna book Tony. Bro, man, but the show tonight though,
Yes,
show
sir.
night was cool. You know, Hey Man did his 1-2 when he came out. You know, then of course they were setting up him and they better run your they better run you your paper. Hey, they better run us everything, big boy.
Come on.
Um, the main event, which Hangman and them won. Darby Allin showed up in the crowd. Dude, I honestly, like I said, the show was cool tonight. We had a fatal four-way for $100,000 by the ladies, and hey, that the Toxic Spider pulled off the victory with the help of Julia, which I can see the Toxic Spider and Julia teaming up, and you got a nice little women's faction. Which
They creepy
again,
as fuck.
yeah, which again, it's like, all right, I think you kind of need to. It might be time, TK. You might need to bring some women's tag team gold around, man. You got enough of these young ladies walking around here doing more. Queen Aminata, I think she showed up and showed out again tonight. Willow, Statlander, we already know where they at. We already know where they at. We ain't got to say no more about them too. They are the vets in the company now. They doing what they do. I ain't mad about that. But Queen Aminata, hey, she rocking with them headbutts.
She the one.
I thought Rhea was rocking with some headbutts, but my the Queen, whoo, that noggin was noggin. So
Joe.
hey, so she was doing her thing, man. Like you said, Tony Storm did her 1-2. Dana let her be known. Hey, she might have to murder the time. And then of course we didn't hear from Mercedes, which honestly was okay. We can see her next week because you know she's gonna play it off, whatever, how she needs to. No Omega, like I said, we got Swerve and Okada to kicking that off. Mark Briscoe ain't done with MJF yet. And like my boy said, if it talk like a bitch and it walk like a bitch, it must be a bitch. So it is what it is. My man standing 10 toes down on that. And also, like I said, it was just a really cool night after All In. Wasn't really expecting too much. Got a cool little main event. We know we got some folks back kicking off a few new rivalries. Something brand new. Like I said, with Swerve, definitely looking forward to. Any parting words, my guy, before we get out of here, as we gave the people almost another hour of their time.
Yeah,
All
man.
In
Now,
2026
first of all,
at the Field of Dreams. Make it happen, TK. Look here, man. If
you put a ring out there in the middle of the Field of Dreams and
Cool. Oh my God.
shit. You know what you do? I know exactly how you do this. Do this shit, MLB playoffs, right? Walk with me. MLB playoffs. You set up All In.
It's cold. It's cold. You can't. It's too open. It's cold at that time. The playoffs are in the cold.
No. That's not fair because WWE, when they did that shit out there in fucking New Jersey, and it was like fucking 45 degrees, they had
That was
heaters.
April.
They had heaters.
That's not the same. That's not the same. You got to think about what the Field of Dreams look like and how they're going to have to set that up. You're not putting nothing on the cornfield, so you only got the open area, the seats, and all that to work with. You're only putting so much people and so much stuff there, and you can't bring no pyro because you're gonna set the field on fire. So we ain't trying to set the corn on fire. We ain't trying to make popcorn. So we.
Hey, all they gonna cause, they gonna turn the Field of Dreams to a bunch of popcorn kernels.
It's gonna be the field of hell. That's what it's gonna be.
Goddamn Adam Copeland.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
So that's the only. But I don't know, man. Maybe like I don't know if it'll be All In, but again, you can do a TV show. I think certain places, because of how many people you can actually produce to be there. Again, it's a ring. So they can put the ring in the middle of the field and they can add seats on the field. So you could have about good 500 to maybe 1,000 people there.
I ain't gonna lie, that visual though, if they you can pull that visual look crazy as hell.
All right, you outside in the middle of the field, you got as many people as you can and you just put on the wrestling show.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you're one of the big companies out here in the middle of the goddamn just put on a wrestling show.
Well, think about it. They did a whole ass wrestling show on a goddamn cruise ship. So
I mean, and people show up for that cruise ship and they be on that cruise watching wrestling the entire whole goddamn cruise.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna convince my wife to get me on that damn cruise before it's too late and over with.
Hey, AEW, one time for the one time. I wouldn't mind, now that they established a little bit with a better card, I wouldn't mind seeing them try that one more time.
Well,
Like that would,
Jericho Cruise live.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. But you know, right now Jericho got to get through his thing though.
Yeah. But my boy, look, as you over there finishing off your drink, I'm finishing off my drink. Bro, as always, I could not do the show without you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, and any extraterrestrials watching the show, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the GOW. I'm the franchise, he's the king, and don't you have any fear because we're coming right back here for the Friday night block party.
Friday. We'll see y'all Friday. It's 2 hours now, y'all. It's back to 2 hours. So hey, we back. It's back to 2 hours. We back.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Deuces.